YouTube anime community. AJL, Dual Killing Anime, coming at you guys with another video, and I could not resist. I'm sorry! I said a month. It doesn't matter. I had to do it. I had to do it. Arc reviews are coming back, yes, and you know by the title, I don't care. I don't care by the title. Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin, it doesn't matter what the title is. You're gonna click on this video, and, well, you already know because you're watching it. But you already clicked. Well, fuck it. You're watching it, okay? And basically, arc review. First arc of Attack on Titan here, alright? And this series I've been following with the past month, a little bit before the anime came out, and a lot of reviewers were doing the anime episode reviews. So I hope people don't put this in the same categories as those and overlook my videos because they heard too much about it. This is an arc review of the first arc of Attack on Titan. So, Attack on Titan, the first arc is called the Introduction Arc, or I'll put it because of the lack of a better title. And it basically introduces the three main protagonists that are in the story, the conflict and the plot that's going on in the story, the antagonists of the story, and what is going to be an underlining issue inside of the story, and some character background and characterization earlier on. So as you start off the story, we all know that Attack on Titan, if you're watching this review, is about a series which is post-apocalyptic, or close to being post-apocalyptic, because the Earth at the time is being overrun by these creatures named Titans. They take on a humanoid form, but they don't have sexual organs, and they can live for a very mass amount of time. But the problem is that they intend to feast on humans when they don't need the life of humans, and they only eat on humans. So they don't eat on trees, they don't eat on herbs, they don't eat on animals, no other types of meat except humans. They just go after them specifically. And throughout this series, we've been following the growing up, or the lives of Eren, Mikasa, and Armin from, you know, the three main protagonists in the story. Eren's character is much more of a impatient, curious, outgoing type of man who wants to see more of the world. And once he gets to see more of it by defeating the Titans, you know, he's just ambitious and wants to see life better than what it is inside of those closed walls, concealing those closed walls. Also, there's Mikasa, who has a general will to live that was given to her by Eren, and who's basically a quiet and assailant type, silent assailant. You know, she's like an assassin, you know, just reserved for himself, but has intense feelings inside of her. Armin is much more of a smart aleck, a smart ass, if you might say, but he has these issues where he can talk about big shit, but then when it comes up to the big stage, you know, he punks out, or he has his bitch. And how the series starts from chapter 1, from chapter 9, basically covers what the world condition is right now. They're inside of the walls of, inside of separate walls containing themselves from the Titans. And these Titans, you know, are just barging in. They've been here throughout 100 years ago, and it's been 100 years ever since the walls have been broken. But then this big 60-meter Titan breaks down this 50-meter wall, and the Titans are allowed to come in. The usual Titans are around 15 to 30 feet tall. You know, a 30 feet tall Titan would be exceptional, but there are Titans that could barely fit above the height of a human, or that could fit 2 humans, and they're exponentially strong. And then there are Titans that could be atop of a skyscraper, and there are Titans that can be on top of a school building, and you know, that's very phenomenal for themselves too. Yet when you get this post-apocalyptic feeling, it really gets you into it. And I like how this arc immediately gets you into how you would be placed in a humanistic situation. A lot of humans are eaten in the first arc, people go ham, and even Eren loses his own mother at the first to second chapter. I know it's the first episode in the anime, but this shit goes raw. They eat like she's eating, like she says, and she's eating from her legs, and she can feel that shit, and you're like, and I'm sorry. Over time, we skip, and we see that Mikasa, Armin, and Eren are inside of the Recon Corps, which is basically the military force of the police force to counteract the Titans at the time. And when we get to this, the Titans invade again after 5 years of them not breaking the second wall, inner wall of the 50-meter wall. And that 60-meter Titan comes back and he teleports. So he makes the doors open. And what Eren learns from his confrontation, which he basically goes because, like I said, he's outgoing. He goes to confrontate this Titan, and he learns that it has intelligence. He learns that it's intentionally causing these Titans to come in and breaking down the walls. And he learns that and he has suspicions that there's much more going on than what is here. A lot of tense moments happen inside of these first 9 chapters, but one thing I want to put note of is when Eren is taking lunch or taking dinner with his other 9 executive officers who've been selected as the best inside of the Recon Corps training school. And basically, he says about how he wants to go out and take the fight towards the Titans, which everybody just laughs, says heinously, because nobody dare would step against 600-meter, or 60-meter people who are giants and basically who can regenerate and can get killed, because those are what the Titans are. So I know I'm summarizing a lot, but I just want you to get key moments and presence inside of the arc review. If you're looking at the arc review, then you should know what's happened beforehand. This is just something for you guys to look back and say what my opinion on it was. Okay? So let's hang on with it. A lot of important things, which I think were enveloped in character, were hit on to a T as far as introduction. With Eren, you got him molding himself more into building hatred towards the Titans and his reasons toward the Titans. Well, the Titans ate his mother. The Titans are the cause for him not gaining freedom. And then you have Armin, who is much more of a liaison friend, or a hang-weather friend for Eren and Mikasa in the first 9 chapters. But he gets more better after. Like, I'm more caught up after. This isn't, like, I'm not stuck on chapter 9. He gets better after his character, but initially he is pessimist. He looks down on things. You know, he says that we're eventually not going to hold up against these Titans anymore, or, you know, he punks out as soon as the situation gets him. And there's a lot of room for development inside that, and it's interesting because he's one of the ones who's developed Mikasa and Eren's will to go, well, mostly Eren's will to go up into the outside world. And the most interesting out of the 3 is Mikasa, because I think she has the most introspection, or the most characterization in this first introduction arc, because not only do we get flashbacks concerning her past lives with her parents getting killed by robbers, we also get coverage on what her will is, how she reacts to Eren's actions, and how she really is, and how she's supposed to act as a person. She has this backstory to where, you know, Eren is the influence for her wanting to live, and it's much more of a brotherly thing, but we can see, obviously, it's going to turn more into a romantic thing. And they've grown up together, and she's gotten this will and strongness to be able to counteract any odds, even though she's human, and not give up. And it's a powerful message. Even though it's a simple message, it's a powerful message to know that you may be dying, or to know that your back is against the wall, but still be able to fight. And that's what's good about it. And I know I'm not telling a lot of things that happen inside of the arc, but these are a lot of story element things that are important to cover when you're doing these type of arc reviews, and I just want you guys to know that. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is definitely towards the second breach of the Titans inside of the inner barrier. So we have another city inside of the barrier, and don't get twisted, because there's more cities inside, like 2 or 3 more. So you guys should know that by now. Basically, the Titans come and invade again because of the 60-meter Titan, and as they come, the Recon Corps, these 10 guys who have grown up together, who are trained together, fight against them, and for the most part, they get slaughtered. Yo, these Titans aren't no pushovers. They aren't no slow reactors. They go ham, egg and cheese and croissant. And what we see in this chapter 6 through 9 specifically is how, you know, it all comes full circle, because this thing can turn into a very much plot-oriented, science fiction oriented too, because not only is Eren, and if I don't want to spoil it for you guys who are just watching this and who just want to get the review early, because I think this is a good element, but not only is Eren a key factor in facing off against the Titans, it really is poetic justice, because, and this line was said beautifully by Mikasa inside of the manga, it's like humanity's own manifestation of what it's wanted to feel at the time. And it was good. Basically, a Titan was betraying other Titans, and over time, he was just protecting the humans to make sure that they could be safe. And the effort, you know, the introduction to how the things were in the series and the setting was at the time was important towards that full circle, because I thought that it gave light or hope towards the dying breed of humanity, because I thought this would be a tragedy. I think the story may be a tragedy. I need to research the genres on it. This is a dark shonen. Yes, it's shonen, I know. I was shocked too. I really need to get these facts right when I research them and publish them and everything. But yes, this is a dark shonen. This belongs to, I don't know what type of publisher. Usually, Shueisha is responsible for everything. Shueisha, you know, S-H-U-E-I-S-H-A. Shueisha Inc., okay? They're usually responsible for everything, and then they get everything and they send it to other companies inside of Japan. Overall, I've talked about the characters, the setting, what I thought were important story elements. Go check this story out. The first 9 chapters will get you hooked into this shonen. Alright? Like or dislike this video, it does not matter. You've had all the quality content with none of the HD. And if you don't know what that is, then you need to watch more anime. I give this arc a 9 out of 10. And peace out, you guys.